I am the coordinator of Save Passamaquoddy Bay, which is a group, a three-nation alliance. It has members from Pleasant Point, from Canada, and from the U.S., and we believe an industrial site that has as its centerpiece an LNG terminal does not belong in Passamaquoddy Bay and on the Passamaquoddy people's homeland.
Where does it belong? Or does it belong anywhere?
There are some right now that are in Texas, Louisiana. Those seem to be places where people are willing to have them.
Okay, I'm going to just be the devil's advocate here, but you can't get gas that's out in the North Atlantic and bring it all the way around. It doesn't make sense to...
Well, actually, LNG is considered a bridge fuel. That right now there is new technology that's moving everybody toward more sustainable energy, which would involve solar, wind, tides, things that are sustainable, sustainable biomass. And also the new technology is placing LNG terminals way out offshore because of concerns about safety and about being near populations of any size. So pretty much that's where the whole industry is going. It's not putting these things on land near people in places like this.
So what does this mean, this vote that they're having today?
Well, the vote today is really a particular vote that the Perry people are voting on Article 40, which was set up in 1986, that the land that the people want to use to put the LNG terminal on is actually land that an agreement exists between Perry and Pleasant Point that if that land was ever to be used for anything other than residential, the town of Perry would need to vote on a commercial or industrial type of operation. So today that's what they're voting on. They're exercising this article that was established as a safeguard and as a respectful neighborhood, this is the way we're going to treat one another and care for one another idea.
It's going to create jobs?
Well, the developers say it will create jobs. There's always two sides to any ledger sheet. They believe that there will be some construction jobs. They say they will be local. When the pipeline came through, the pipeline, LNG pipeline people said the same thing. It turned out a very few people were employed because they were union jobs. They said that they would lease construction equipment from local people. That didn't happen. They brought it in from Texas. They say that there will be 70 jobs at the terminal. Irving says there will be 20. It's easy to say numbers. And undoubtedly there would be some types of spin-offs. But again, there's another side of the ledger sheet. What will it cost? What will it cost the people that are involved in fishing, that are involved in the tourism industry, that have come here for other purposes other than to live in the middle of an industrial site? There are always costs that have to be put with anything that anybody thinks is a benefit. These people come with no business plan. No environmental assessment, no community impact statement, nothing other than anything that you and I might be able to shout out there and say, we're going to do this, we're going to do that, we're going to do this. And when asked, they will say, oh, that will be negotiated later. These are developers. These are people who have been sent to get the fastest, quickest, dirtiest deal for themselves and the ultimate owners. The ultimate owners who they say they will not reveal yet, but they have dropped some names like Shell, Mobil, Exxon, Chevron, Phillips. Those kind of names are the ones who are the ultimate owners of this place. So people need to be very careful. If this is the way the developer is behaving, heaven forbid, when the real people might come toward us.
Okay, you mentioned owners. Who actually owns the bay here? Is it a Canadian-American partnership, or is it all American-owned?
I understand that this particular bay, that the ocean bottom, is owned partially by the state of Maine, and at a certain point out here in the bay, there is a border line, and the ocean bed on the other side belongs to the Canadian people. And of course, for years, the Passamaquoddy Bay has been owned by and fished by and has a special relationship with the Passamaquoddy people. Right. So it's a combination of Maine, Canada, and then the land, of course, is very much so the Passamaquoddy people.
So how do you think Canada is going to react to this? Well,
right behind me, you are seeing Head Harbor Passage, it's the passage that these tankers would come through to come past Head Harbor Lighthouse on Campobello. The Canadians said when the Pittston oil refinery attempted to come here years ago, they made the decision that there were no tankers with that kind of cargo that would be coming through Head Harbor Passage. Their environmental minister said a few months ago they see no reason to change that decision. This is tankers that are even larger and carrying certainly a volatile product. So to bring tankers of this size through Head Harbor Passage, and then they come through the whirlpool that's behind us, the tides that are some of the highest in the world, the currents that are some of the strongest, take a hairpin turn to the right to get up this stretch of the river toward Gleason's Cove, and then take a left, another hairpin turn to get into Gleason's Cove. Anybody that would be writing Business Plan 101 would look at this place and say, why are we even talking about this location? We have waterways that don't work for this kind of a product. We have an international country that says you're not coming through. And we have communities, Deer Island, Campobello Island, Grand Manan Island, the people of St. Andrews, as well as other communities and Fishermen's Association on this side who have already petitioned to say, we don't want this here. So I don't know how many more people or ways to say no. Developer, go back to Oklahoma. This is not what we want in this particular area.